Well, I must start this video paying tribute to my friend Patrick O'Flynn. And one of the reasons that I try to be as optimistic and positive in these videos is because life is short and unpredictable. And I know today that so many will be shocked and saddened to learn that Patrick has passed away. Now, I knew Patrick for many years. We both came from Cambridge, so we had that in common. And I was privileged to work alongside him over the years in the campaign for Brexit. Patrick played a huge role, firstly at the Daily Express as an immensely respected journalist, and then as a UKIP MEP. I also had the privilege of doing a YouTube show with Patrick here on YouTube, The Snap, and he was someone whose articles were always worth reading. He's a thoughtful, kind, decent man who I really looked up to, really respected, and will miss dearly. My condolences to his family. Farewell, my friend. Now, I know Patrick would want me to continue battling for this country, and indeed his last pinned tweet was actually on the betrayal of Britain, Starmer's disgusting betrayal of Britain when it came to the Chagos Islands deal. You see the Express article there with Patrick writing that the transfer of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius at the behest of a highly political and anti-British foreign tribunal, which has no jurisdiction in the matter, he said is the most disgusting and anti-patriotic policy advanced by any British government. And we now hear that that deal will be signed off, it seems, by the government this week, according to GB News. This insane surrender deal that's going to cost us an absolute fortune. In fact, it's been reported that even Labour MPs are worried about this deal, about the backlash against it, because we're looking here at £90 million a year being handed over for the next century. And this comes off the back of that absolutely horrific EU deal, where not only now are we going to tie Britain to the EU's carbon tax, hammering industry further, we've also got the Prime Minister sort of boasting about, as if he's some sort of travel agent here, about his deal with the EU meaning sailing through e-gates in the EU. Well, the actual fact is, it seems that British passport holders will not be able to use e-gates this summer. And why on earth, by the way, are we allowing EU passport holders to go through our e-gates when sometimes we're not allowed through theirs? It's absolutely insane. And during a period where we've seen over the past few years over 160,000, mostly young men, be allowed to cross from France to England on small boats, we should be revoking French fishing licences. Instead, you've got French fishermen being rewarded, EU fishermen boasting here that they couldn't have hoped for better with that 12-year deal, that if they hadn't had access to British waters, they would have suffered a significant loss of revenue. So once again, the UK getting a terrible deal here, and our fishermen absolutely outraged by what Labour have agreed with Brussels. Reform, of course, promising to actually scrap that deal. And you see here the verdict from voters. Yet another pollster, More in Common here, having a big lead here, an 8-point lead for Reform UK over Labour. So that is the verdict from voters, from the public, as to the various terrible deals that Labour are cooking up. Please do let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. And of course, as ever, thanks so much for watching.